Trees serve as our planet's silent protectors, benefiting both the ecosystem and the creatures that call it home. As we approach 2024, it is critical to understand a tree's life cycle and the wonderful journey it makes from a tiny seed to a majestic, mature organism. In this video, we'll look at the intriguing stages of a tree's life cycle and the various factors that affect its growth and development. A tree's life cycle stages are unique, each characterized by important physical characteristics and activities. Each step of the growing process is important, from seed to sapling to snag. So let's begin today's video. Seed. Every tree begins life as a seed, and every seed contains all of the nutrients necessary for survival and growth into a tree. Seeds come in numerous shapes and sizes and are spread in various methods. They can be carried by the wind or animals, though cross-pollination by insects is much more common. This is only one of the many reasons why we must maintain and promote biodiversity in our forests. Once a seed discovers and settles in an area with favorable conditions, it can proceed to the next stage of its development: germination. The next step of the life cycle is germination, which occurs when the plant begins to grow inside the seed. The first root breaks through the seed and attaches itself to the ground. It works as an anchor, allowing the seed to begin absorbing water. Before long, a shoot will push its way up through the soil. The stem will emerge, and you might notice leaves popping through or rotting just beneath the surface. Either way, when the shoot appears, our seed has become a seedling. The tree's life cycle is in progress, but it is also at its greatest risk from disease and hungry animals, such as deer. Sapling. When a seedling reaches about 1 meter in height, it is considered a sapling. We think of the sapling stage as the tree's teenage years. It may develop quickly, but it will take some time to reach its full maturity. Its trunk is still flexible, and the bark seems smooth to the touch. However, a sapling cannot produce fruit or blossoms. Therefore, it cannot create seeds. Mature tree. When a tree reaches maturity and is considered completely grown, it is capable of producing its own fruit, blossoms, and nuts. That suggests it can reproduce and spread its seeds, repeating the life cycle from the beginning. A mature tree often has a large trunk and numerous branches that grow leaves of various shapes and colors. In terms of a tree's life cycle, this is the most productive time. It has outgrown those teenage years and is a vital part of its wider environment. Different tree species spend more time in the mature stage of their life cycle than others. For example, an oak tree may begin producing acorns after 40 years and continue to do so for almost 300 years. Other species, however, can have far shorter periods. Decaying tree. You might think that once a tree starts to decay and enters the final stages of its life cycle, it becomes less useful. But this is not the case. Every decaying tree is an important component of any rich biodiverse woodland or forest ecosystem. A tree that once produced life now helps sustain it. It attracts insects and fungi and provides crucial shelter to little organisms that can squeeze into its nooks and crannies. Of course, all this action attracts larger animals, birds, and other predators who visit the decaying tree in search of food. As a tree gradually decays and dies, it makes a significant contribution to the biodiversity of the environment. Factors influencing a tree's life cycle. A tree's development, health, and longevity can be influenced by a variety of factors, including species characteristics, pests and diseases, and climate and environment. Tree species have different lifespans and growth trends. Some trees, such as the bristlecone pine, can live for thousands of years, while others, such as the aspen, have a much shorter lifespan. Temperature, rainfall, and soil quality can all have a big impact on how a tree grows. Trees that are well adapted to their surroundings tend to live longer, healthier lives. Also, insect infestations and fungal diseases can weaken trees, making them more susceptible to stress and shortening their lifespans. However, in addition to its normal life cycle, a tree will experience seasonal changes caused by changes in temperature, light, and water availability. The two most significant seasonal shifts occur in late spring and fall. More. A tree's life cycle might span hundreds of years. It begins with a seed given by a flower, cone, or other seed-bearing organ. A seed sprouts and begins to create a stalk, which will grow into the tree's bark and branches. As it grows, the sapling must endure its environment to become a mature, reproducing tree. When a tree perishes, it decomposes and returns critical nutrients to the ground. Healthy trees will benefit both your yard and the environment by providing shade, reducing soil erosion, and absorbing CO2. If you don't think you have the time or abilities to care for your trees, consider hiring a professional. Yes, if you have a small lawn with a few trees, you may be able to handle routine tree maintenance on your own. However, if your yard is filled with trees or you lack the necessary equipment for tree care, you might consider hiring a professional tree care service. A professional tree care service employs a team of qualified crew members to assist you with your gardening requirements. Finally, as we embrace the future in 2024, let us take a moment to appreciate a tree's remarkable life cycle and the critical role these magnificent organisms play in the globe. Understanding a tree's life cycle and making efforts to promote its growth and development can help create a greener, healthier Earth for future generations. So, what are your thoughts about today's video? Don't forget to leave them all in the comment section below.